Microcycle 3 or 4, now we're entering the tapering period, hopefully leading to a peak. So we've got to do a few things just to brush up all of the enzymes that need to be stimulated. We haven't done flying 30s for a while, and there they are. It's probably been 2 microcycles since we've done them. We'll do a small set. You can see we're doing 3 by 300, so we've done 300s in the past, but not as few as 3. There's a race in there, which is the section meet. We're going to do 3 by 500s. And we're going to do a shortened version of the long run on day 9. We're down to 45 miles this microcycle, so the volume is definitely dropping. Recovery runs continue to be 70% of their date VO2 max. And you can see how I've set them up to 3 miles, and day 3 and day 5 are just 5 miles. So the recovery runs have gotten much shorter as well. Now, looking at the tapering period, focusing in specifically on enzymes, you've got the infrastructure built. Your heart has gotten bigger. Like I said, your blood volume is greater, and all of the structural changes have occurred. What you need to tinker with during the tapering period are your enzymes. And as I said earlier in the modules, just a little bit of enzyme knowledge gets you a long way. And just to recap, enzymes are necessary for all biochemical reactions in the body. Every biochemical reaction in the body requires an enzyme. And the amount of information that we've learned through scientific experimentation over the last 30 years in enzymes has been remarkable. So pick up an old biology textbook from 30 years ago, and you're not even going to hardly find enzymes mentioned. Now enzymes are everything. They're the on-off switch for all chemical reactions in the body, in living things. They're the speed regulators. So enzymes you need to be played with on a physiological basis. So let's look at what I've got here. Aerobic energy system, that's how you're going to develop energy with oxygen. That's aerobic. And then the anaerobic, that's how you're going to develop, that's how you're going to produce ATP energy without oxygen. Your target will be aerobic enzymes on the aerobic energy system and anaerobic enzymes on the anaerobic energy system. Nothing complicated yet. Oh, here's something important to know. What do scientists tell us about the frequency? You need a hard stimulus about every 96 hours to keep the aerobic enzymes high. On the anaerobic enzymes, you need a hard stimulus about every 72 hours. So that time frame's a little different. How do you stimulate them? On the aerobic energy system, it'll be through a continuous run. 5 miles, 7 miles, something like that to stimulate the aerobic enzymes. On the anaerobic side, it'll be repetition runs, fast repetition runs. Extent of work, greater than 20 minutes. Remember what I said, don't do any continuous running under 20 minutes. There's just no physiological benefit at this time of the year. Better off not doing anything that day. The anaerobic energy system, 3 to 5 minutes, that's total. That's your total number of amount of work in the hard running zone. Intensity, 70 to 85% of VO2 max on the aerobic side, and 92 to 100% on the max effort, not VO2 max, but max effort there. Okay, let's look at the tempo run. 4 miles, we've shortened it a little bit. Now it's that, and it's 85%. Basically for everybody at this point, based on their current VO2 max. It's a good time to handicap it, but now make the groups even smaller and send them out every 30 seconds instead of every minute like we did in the previous tempo runs when we handicapped them. Hopefully, if you're a good coach and they follow their target times, everybody should finish at about the same time, right in front of the school. Special Endurance 1. This will be a very exhaustive, fast set, but it's only 3 by 300 meters. Think like a sprint coach. Think like a sprint coach. And by that I mean extend their recovery. This is what sprint coaches do. They understand the importance of recovery time. Distance coaches don't. So the work is 3 by 300. The recovery is complete at 12 minutes, or near complete. I shouldn't say complete. It's near complete at 12 minutes. It's, probably 90-some%, so it's close. Intensity for the workout is their 400 PR multiplied by 0.75 with a mile jog. Elevate. This is a nice piece of work to stimulate those anaerobic enzymes. Special endurance 2. We're going to do 3 by 500 meters. You can see the recovery is 15 minutes, so it's a repetition running style workout. Intensity is their PR 400 times 1.29. So, you've got that value. You've got their best 400 ever from the track. This is now the championship season. Use it, multiply by 1.29, and that's their goal for each 500. Nice cool down, elevate, and stretch. The long run, shortened it up a little bit, 1.5 miles again. So it's your total microcycle times 0.155. Should be the long run, but then we subtract off 1.5 mile because we just don't need to run that long at this time of the year. So the long run's only 6 miles. Your last microcycle, as we wrap up October, we're doing some 40-second runs on the grass, 2 by 600s, as you can see. We've got a lot of recovery runs in there. There's the state meet, day 7. A lot of you are curious, well, how are we getting ready for the state meet, which is set on Saturday, which is day 7. So day 1 through day 7 is basically the week leading up to the state meet. And then season's not over. You're going to want to continue it into November. So we finish off with